Hello everybody, doing my traditional mic test to ensure all sounds are good. We're getting started here in about 5 minutes. Good to see you all popping in. Welcome, welcome. Texan, I'm sorry to hear about your bad day, but maybe just watching some video games will cheer you up. Just to make sure YouTube also knows that this isn't some pre-recorded message, just want to say hi to Vimy Scout, who says, well, hello there, to which I will respond, General Kenobi! Roar of Flames. Oh my gosh. What a great response considering, you know, we are not sponsored nor affiliated with anything from that franchise. Gotta have a little fun though, right? Alright, I've got some more preparatory steps. I'm gonna get to that. You guys enjoy the music. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to push the button and we're going to transition over to the game state, a nice boring state of a warning screen. As I say hello to all of you, welcome to the official Rockfish Game stream. I am your host, Eric Schrader, the community ambassador. My sole purpose is to serve you and guide you in all things EVERSPACE 2, or frankly anything Rockfish Games related in that field. And just to kind of cut to the chase, the purpose of these live streams are to make sure that you know what we are doing through the course of development. So if you've got a question, you're like, why did you do that? Or what's coming down the line, or X, Y, and Z, we can attempt to give you our best response towards that. Generally speaking, it comes across pretty well. Otherwise, if you want a discussion pertaining to EVERSPACE 2 and that style of development, know that that's not the focus of the streams. Discussions need to head on over to the Steam forums, in which case we'll engage with you there. But we want to hit those questions that you guys have through the course of these streams to make sure that you know we are very transparent in what we're up to. That's basically the long and short of it. So we got a couple of things that we will be ironing out today. The first thing is that we'll be going through the Okar side mission. We'll be talking a little bit about the Okar, a little bit more, a little bit of lore drop for you nerds out there who love getting that information, especially for those who don't quite understand the world we've created yet and the Okar's role. The second bit is going to be, let's see, what did I even say the second bit was? Man, I am prepared, let me tell you what. Some tweaking and updated AI for enemies. So we'll be talking a little bit about some of those changes. We've talked about it in the past and how we don't want the enemy to just like beeline straight towards you, because that's easy and uninteresting. I think it's the best way of putting it. I'm gonna say it. It's easy and uninteresting. It's what we designed and we're adjusting it, okay? So we're making that adjustment accordingly. I know the music's off, 1 second. And then finally, we're gonna be talking about some inventory improvements. I don't actually have it implemented in this current game. That's how bleeding edge this is. We just started an alpha build on how that operates, so I only have video footage of what it looks like. But when we come back in 2 weeks, we have next week off. When we come back in 2 weeks, we should have a fully implemented element to the inventory. We'll talk about that later. So yeah, so for now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start in the Cedo jump gate, or the transit gate rather. So this is actually on the Union side of that warp gate, and we're gonna start the Okar side quest pertaining to their interactions. Apparently there's been Okar attacks. We're gonna figure out what that is. We're gonna talk about that a little bit and just blow right through it. Oh my goodness. Otherwise, yeah, there you go. You got everything. Now you know. Let's do this. Perfect. I also have to read this comment from Brian. He says, I binge watched the previous week's live streams at 2 times speed. It's strange to be live and slower. I know, right? It's crazy being in the present. But hey, I'm so glad you got to watch last week's stream because of some of the stuff that just completely borked in our build. Woo, isn't Gave Them fun? Oh my gosh. Oh, goodness gravy.
I detect the wayward Okar unit mentioned by the communications manager.
Here we go.
I see it. It stirred up a group of freelancers near the gate. Let's check it out.
Here we go.
Hey, what's going on here? Flirtinjum Droznek. Droznek. Wait a minute. You're not an Okar, you're human. Snap. Too bad you won't live to tell anyone.
Target destroyed.
All humans cease fire at once. I am a Nevarch, speaking in the name of the Okar warrior caste. We detected that a member of ours was shot down at these coordinates.
You attacked us first. Hold on. I'm here on behalf of the Damaris Port Authority. Let me handle this.
You may approach our vessel.
This is a misunderstanding. The Okar attacker wasn't piloted by one of your people. He was human.
This is ridiculous.
What you are saying is highly unlikely.
Take DNA samples if you don't believe me. You'll see that this is an issue between humans. There is no need for the Okar to get involved.
That's a turd of Rosie Rost. We've been attacked by Okar before. The Zarkov transit route is teeming with lizard outlaws.
Hold your tongue. We have the authority to cleanse this place should need arise.
Calm down, people. Where did you say you were attacked before?
At the gauntlet, right down the corridor along the transit buoys.
Let me just check out what's going on there, and maybe we can make some sort of sense of this.
If you are correct, and this is a matter between humans, We shall stand by and observe until the issue is settled.
Thanks. I'll head over to the gauntlet and see what I can find.
Seems pretty fair to me. Also, I see one individual had pointed out, we're going to show this off right before this ship warps out. Yes, the wing does actually protrude through the shield. This is actually not quite done yet. We're still actually making adjustments on how this ship looks with the shield surrounding it, as well as a couple other interactions that I'm not going to show you. But yeah, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. But good eye. I hope that you are utilizing the ability to play the game and provide feedback for any catches like that you might find that we don't. Good stuff. Okay, so clearly there's some instances of violence going on in Union system. There are Okar attacks happening to humans, but it seems like humans are using Okar ships. That's not very common. So we have to investigate further. And the first place we're going to go to do so is located over in the gauntlet. So let's see, the gauntlet is located all the way over here.
What do you make of this?
Of humans piloting Okar craft, given humankind's ambition to control virtually everything in existence, it was only a matter of time, I presume.
I, for my part, could live without outlaws having Okar tech.
On the bright side, enemy encounters may become a lot more colorful from now on.
All right, so one of the very important things that Hive actually talks about pertaining to our worldly lore is that Okar ships, they are not meant to be piloted by humans. Simply put, like that's not cool, bro, right? This is very much outside the norm. And if there are humans piloting Okar tech, then obviously there's something really wrong going on. Okar tech, and I'm gonna say colonial tech is the best way I can word that. That's more of like the humans in the DMZ mostly. That's earthen humans. From Earth to Cluster 34, the Beltigrades. Humans, those creatures. They and Okar tech don't really mix. In fact, in most cases it doesn't. We actually have a side mission right out of the gate, in fact, for an undead ship, and we discover that the reason why it malfunctioned is because it was a colonial sourced ship using Okar parts. Very consistent theme throughout here. So something's definitely going on. Okay, so I'm gonna respond real quick to a question and then we'll keep going through. Alex321 on YouTube asks, once the full version be released when? So the full version is scheduled to come out in 2022. It's going to be first half of 2022. This means that we'll have enough time to make sure we hit all of those capstones on our 1.0 release, ensuring that all the promises are kept and making sure that the scope and scale are exactly where they need to be. Now, as you guys know, there is still a lot of work to be done, but I also just want to give you a sense of ease here. Even though our current timetable, our official roadmap, shows that we'll have 4 of these 8 sectors completed before the end of this year, that doesn't mean we're going to cram 4 necessarily all into next year. But if we happen to do that, a lot of the asset construction and templates that we need in order to bring all of that stuff to fruition are basically getting done now. There's still going to be a lot of variety. There's still going to be a lot of new content in each new location you go to, but that setup, like getting the foundation fully embraced with our vision, that is a huge step to put behind us by the end of this year. And then from there, it's just about plugging it all together. So just know that and how development really comes together in this. Yeah, that's kind of the main things that you just need to know. So 2022, first half.
They said the fake Okar were seen near the transit buoys.
I propose identifying this fascinating hybrid class as Mokkar from now on.
Don't get too used to them. It's my job to turn them into an anomaly that will hopefully be gone soon.
All right, so we've got a map cap here. And I just want to, hopefully he's gonna start pulling some maneuvers. I'm gonna just fly backwards. Okay, he was starting to do it there. But as you can see, especially this Outlaw Scout, he's not just charging straight at us, he's kind of going about a different angle. So if we wanted to try and be really cheeky and use like a, not a prime zapper, but like a railgun, for example, and we wanted to just back straight up and shoot in a straight line, it's not going to be as possible. Like, I'm actually having to move the direction of my targeting a bit more with the AI. Just a very subtle difference. You guys might be able to see it. It would probably be a lot easier to tell by use of playing the game itself.
That showed them. I somehow doubt they will appreciate the lesson.
But all in all, the AI has been adjusted to where we're starting to add more flexibility of their movements. This way, you're not going to have nearly as easy amount of time with cheesing the game, I guess is the best way of putting it. And we're still modifying it. This is, I even mentioned on Discord, this is kind of like a phase 1 of the AI redesign or adjustments for enemy ships, because there's also a lot more enemy ships you guys still haven't seen and the interactions that they'll have with the player. So let's do this one more time. Maybe we can see this Outlaw Scout and Viper do something a little bit different than the norm. Yeah, here we go. So this Scout is boosting past us, in fact, and going off in a very different direction. On that cycle back around, he was pretty easy to lead our target there. So it's not anything super crazy dynamic yet, especially based on the level that these opponents are. Something else I have mentioned, and I will continue to push, is that as the levels increase of your enemies, we do want them to be a little bit smarter, right? I'm not talking about like some sort of super active hyper AI system that we're implementing that's going to change the world of game design entirely. So please cut that expectation out right now. All I'm mentioning is that we're going to be adding different ways that your opponents can navigate the play area between you and them. All right, so let's go ahead and see where this transit buoy is going to lead us into this next mission. Also answer a couple of questions as we do that. Are enemies able to toggle inertia dampeners? See, I love this follow-up question. I love it, because I can't really speak towards that too much. It's definitely a possibility. I know that, especially within the realm of adjusting the AI, we want them to do some cool little maneuvers, like on the fly, but we also want to make it sure it feels authentic. So if we can find a way to have the enemies have some sort of toggle inertia dampeners that looks and feels right, we'll probably see if we can't do something about that. But otherwise, if it doesn't, we're just gonna cut it out, because we're looking for fun and functional. We're not looking for realism or equal playing field type of stuff here. As the player, you are inherently supposed to be more awesome than they are. Waiting for new content. Love you guys. Hey, I'm talking a little bit about a little new content right now, just with the AI adjustments. Obviously, it's not like new visual content, which I'm sure you're excited for, but we might be able to do something for you in a couple weeks, actually, regarding that. We'll see how we go in development.
Bingo. 2 Okar drones and an outlaw vessel.
I am instantly charmed.
Ah, yes, a Ravager. For those of you who are not familiar with the Ravager, they actually have plating that you can bust off of their ship if you shoot in the right parts, making them more vulnerable.
I recommend picking up the piece of debris dropped by the drone. The piece is human-made and sports a serial number. I will run it against some databases and see what I can find.
Ooh.
Help! We ran into an ambush. Damn it.
Hold on, I'm on my way.
Armor drone first. Oh, that felt good. Oh, all right. Woo! Got ahead of him there. Beautiful.
Managed to destroy the convoy. Tell me, Ive, were there Mokkar among the attackers?
No, they were all human.
That's something, at least. Can't imagine the trouble once people believe Okar are blowing up their freighters.
I have finished analyzing the piece of metal from the Okar drone. It is registered to a ship trader in Cephas Downs.
A ship trader, huh? Maybe our source. Let's check it out.
All right. So now we head to Cephas Downs. I need to double check and make sure that it's clear for me to go to Cephas Downs because we have been making a couple adjustments to that particular location, some of which we are not quite ready to reveal just yet. So 1 second as I do a double check. But otherwise, feel free to drop some questions that you have about the Okar. We're learning a little bit about them. It's kind of a fun time. So I always love discussing the lore of the world. This is something that we're fairly passionate about regarding the development of EVERSPACE 2 because we want to make sure that we have a very cohesive story that all comes together. It wouldn't make a lot of sense for us to produce a game that counteracts its own very elements we establish, right? That wouldn't feel very good, and we recognize that. So, yeah. Okay, I think I can get away with this. I just have to be careful about navigating this location. But I want to just remind you guys all that this is bleeding edge technology that we're showing in the course of these streams. If I do happen to get a little too close to a section that you haven't seen before, just know it's work in progress and we will discuss it and dissect it at a later point in time. All right? Can we all be mature about this? Can we handle that? I think we can. Y'all are good, strong boys and girls out there, right? All right, so let's see some of the questions that you guys maybe have popped in while I was making sure that everything's clear.
We detected 2 more of our drones destroyed by colonial energy signatures.
Yeah, that was me. Once again, they were controlled by a human.
Humans are physically incapable of commanding an Okar vessel. But then again, I was told you are an adaptable species.
We are currently on our way to the trader who may have modified the drones. With a bit of luck, this will all be over soon.
This is what you humans call optimism, correct?
Not sure if all humans have that.
Many of you died in this cluster during the war, and yet you keep returning expecting to find good fortune. You do not plant a seed on acidic ground, unless you are a fool or an optimist.
I assume that's one way of seeing it.
All right, very good. So a couple of questions I see from Vengeful Madness asking about the ARC 9000. Will we see its return? That would be pretty dope, wouldn't it? We absolutely want to honor a lot of the contents that you have experienced from EVERSPACE 1. We also, I just have to put this out there too, the foundation of the game experience has changed. EVERSPACE 1, roguelite. That's a very specific styled game that requires some nuance and subtleties pertaining to the looping mechanisms of how that game comes together, right? Because when you die and you start a new run, that means sometimes you can find an item that's just a one-time use, insanely crazy good thing. Whereas here in EVERSPACE 2, the foundation has changed, no longer roguelite, right? Now it's an open world RPG. That means some of those systems that we initially created for this one have to change because it no longer works. If it no longer works, you change the system, and that's what we're doing with a lot of these different tools and assets that you see while also retaining that stylization and good feel. So for example, the EMP missile launcher, this is kind of honoring that shield breaker missile and also stasis missile with a unique twist on it. And you'll see more of this type of stuff coming in the future. And that possibly could maybe potentially perhaps be an ARC 9000 in the future. Same individual asking a different question. Will Hive, And now you guys are asking too many questions. It's great. It's the best problem ever. Will Hive have more funny quips or a mission about him getting a sense of humor? We're actually working on more Hive quips right now. That's something that's in the works. So yeah, just know that that's something that we are working on. Donkey Hate. Oh my gosh, I love the wordplay. Yeah, I'm really hoping for some more chaotic pathing regarding the AI. Yeah, I mean, don't worry, we're not done yet. You can just see the beginnings, right? Now it's no longer this beeline coming straight at you. Now they'll float off in different directions, right? It's an adjustment, and it's showing you that we're very serious about making sure that AI do feel good to encounter and engage with. We don't want every single combat sequence to simply be point and wait for them to just get close in range and just shoot until they die, because that's not fun. It's not interesting. We recognize that. All right. Cool, let's keep going. Like clockwork, every week you get these crazy sim questions, and every week you point out the game is not going to be a realistic simulation, but the questions still come. Yeah, there's gonna be people from all around still asking those questions because they haven't seen the game yet. And that's fine. If we have to repeat answers, it's totally good because we get to be in conversation with you. That's huge for us. Like, the connectivity of today's technology, that's amazing. Think about what developers could have done like 10, 15 years ago if they could have had like a direct line of communication to just talk about what they're working on. That'd be insane. So we're very fortunate in having all things come together.
Parts originated?
Indeed, the trading station is right down there.
Oh, that's the wrong location. We need to head over here for the Mokkar. Do Okars know what is kayaking? I'm gonna have to refer to Michael on that one.
It appears we are not welcome.
This whole place is in shambles.
Destruction is rarely absolute. I suggest following the pipes and see where that leads us. We may still find a clue to this mystery.
So one of the things that we wanted to be very clear in our design for EVERSPACE 2 is that, especially because it's handcrafted, is we wanted the locations to have ways to communicate to the player where you should be going and what you should be doing. So this is a very easy one to talk about. It's super straightforward, and you guys should, I mean, like, straight up see what I'm talking about. See the pipes? You can follow the pipes. It's a nice visual cue that says, hey, there's more stuff going on. This is aside from the fact that the Hive even says follow the pipes. Like, this is a core design element we want to ensure you guys take advantage of to explore every nook and cranny in these handcrafted environments. And not just planet side, I'm talking also in space. Look at this guy getting all crazy with his maneuvers. Beautiful. So let's keep following the pipes all the way over here. Nothing too crazy. Energy orb socket. More energy's pinging us. And as you can see, there is a cave structure here, which we're just going to be poking all the enemies.
Certainly stood your ground.
Take care of all of them. Now, if memory serves, this should actually be a new cave section, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken. So I don't think I can actually go too much further in this space. But you can see how each of these locations, it's still getting more work. We're doing a lot more work on Union. There's even going to be a bit more on, like, as a whole, through all of the Union locations, really. Like, all of these, like, most of these, they're getting more tweaks, adjustments, and more additions, like, entirely new locations added to Union. And more of Ceto's also still getting fleshed out. So while we are working on Zarkov, this is Sector 3, we're still adding more stuff to these two. it's crazy. It's crazy how much more material we're adding in here. You love the communication we give? Hey, thank you. That's great to hear. We will continue to give more information. Why commodities are not used in crafting? Because commodities like your shirts and your alcohol and your med kits, you're not going to use those to create like a weapon, right? So we have a very distinct rule within the inventory items that we're creating. We have resources, which will find use in some degree or capacity with the player's evolution of their materials. And then commodities, which are going to put more emphasis on the trading side of the EVERSPACE 2 experience, which has not been implemented yet. So as of right now, when you find a commodity, you basically just sell it as quickly as possible because it's hogging up inventory space. But rest assured, there will be a purpose towards having those items in place of the game, especially when we reach that territory of newfound goods. Planets are too big to craft by hand. Oh yeah, that's why we have like these specific instances where it's like Cephas Downs is just this little bitty location on the planet. Yeah, if we had to handcraft every single planet in 8 systems, in 8 solar systems, holy cow! That would be nuts. Yeah, we're not doing that. But each one of these points that you venture to, they are very large and also handcrafted. So very intentionally leveled, designed to goodness. The game would be at least 1 terabyte big. Oh man, for handcrafting every single planet in 8 solar systems, I think it would be a bit further than that actually. But I digress. Okay, so we're going to poke in here a little bit. Actually, wait, no, I'm supposed to scan this area. Search the area for clues. Why can I not find the clues? Did we move the clues? Am I oblivious? Did I miss something right now? Oh my gosh, guys. I want to complete this mission and I forgot how to. It's that feeling whenever you're doing a live stream, right? And you want to like express all of these beautiful things to the general public about how development is going. So you check and make sure you're not accidentally reveal something that's integral to the development cycle. And then you forget if general mission is still completable. Oh my gosh. I think I can poke in this hole just for a second. But if anything raunchy happens, I'm gonna pull out pretty quick. Here we are. Okay, no, we're good. We're good. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. All right, so we have a farewell note. There's lots of text here. I'm just gonna dismiss this.
The message mentions some kind of attack against Air's relay station. We better hurry and make sure that everyone's safe.
Okay, so this hole seems to be safe. Woo! Dash bullet on that one. And we'll go ahead and we'll unlock these item distributions. Very basic union signal decoder, credits, nice neutron membrane, seeds. Lots of these are commodities which are basically just burning a hole in our inventory until we sell them. Nothing too crazy. And then we'll take this one, we'll take it all the way back, down the pipes, plug it in, and I believe this is actually where one of the Eterna bypasses is. So if you guys somehow missed this one on Cephas Downs, you never know where it's at. Calibrated rule, speed boost. Nope, never mind, I lied. This isn't where one is at. But it's certainly a better speed booster. Which is actually a point to conversation. We balanced out some of the items that you guys have been experiencing, and the speed booster is one of them. So to many of you, you've probably didn't recognize this because the numbers are just high values, right? But in regards to traditional recharge speed, the base value for the speed booster variant was 500%. We saw that this was way too much. Like absurdly so. So we have made some adjustments to the speed booster as well as the other boosters to give them a little bit more of an advantage. Maybe we'll get to that if we find one accordingly. But otherwise just know that this is gonna be a constant thing. Balance, game balance. You know the drill. At least you should know the drill. And if you don't, it's just know that we're working on it. It's definitely a very important factor in the grand scheme of things. I'm also gonna go ahead and dismantle some of these items, replace a couple of them. Also note that we do have these now circling 20-second displays here. This is just a general improvement to ensure that exploitation isn't going on too hard in the game. Basically, in short, this makes sure that you can't hold like 20 different weapons and just keep cycling during the middle of combat, 20 different missiles cycling in the middle of combat, etc., etc., etc. 20 different nanobots. And this is something that will inevitably address this locked armor plating, which I know that we've seen a number of complaints and about. It is an inconvenience right now. We understand that. It's not done. We'll get there. Hang on with us. It'll be wonderful. I promise. All right, so let's keep following the Mokkar here. Pretty sure we need to go back to Prescott. No, we need to go to Eris Relay Station. So away we go.
Whatever's going down at Ayers Relay Station, it can't be good.
The nerfed interceptor combo. Yeah, there are going to be some elements that have nerfed the game experience pertaining to like built up speed dice. Absolutely. That's just going to be something that happens through early access. There's no avoiding that. Things that you find valuable or things that you find pointless, they're going to change. Some stuff's going to get way better. Some stuff's going to get way worse. That's just how it happens. Just how it happens. Ooh, look at that red planet. That's pretty. Now, quick pause. I want to make sure that everything's good here as well. Like, I'm really, like, it's crazy because I'm showing you guys, like, super crazy development that's, like, hot off the press, which is why I'm kind of doing this back and forth right now. I was actually, I had a vacation for 2 days, so I wasn't actually present working on anything on Wednesday and Thursday. So I had to do quite a bit of backtracking this morning while making sure that you guys were getting all of your needs met on the forums, making sure Discord was operating well, blah, 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 blah. You don't care about any of that. All I'm basically saying is I want to make sure that I don't accidentally show you something that really would disrupt the process of development for both us and for you guys, and that wouldn't be fair to you. So that's why I'm taking the time to ensure everything checks out before we move forward with this showcase of material. So thank you for your patience, and continue to go ahead and flood the comments section with questions, and I will address as I can, as well as Michael and the team doing so as well, because you guys are awesome. I really appreciate that. So just one more second and we'll be back again at this location. Have some music while you wait. Almost there, guys. Okay, I think we should be good to check out this station. We'll just be gentle, okay, boys and girls? All right, so let's go ahead and answer some questions before we dive in. Has the seller bug been fixed yet? No, I don't think it has. I don't think it has. Because I don't think we've pushed anything through for a while. But Omega Zeron, I can assure you that we've already addressed that within our build. It's just that we broke a bunch of other things, so I don't think you would enjoy getting our push through, because I think it would also bork your save file. So we're still working on that for a nice big update for April. So thanks for your question. It's not fixed in your build, but it will be fixed when April pops into play. Regarding interior flight, every time it comes up, my mind wanders to the final boss of Crimson Skies. Okay. High Road to Revenge. Okay, yep. Don't know if y'all are familiar, but if not, I highly recommend watching some footage. Okay, so this is just a recommendation of another game. Okay, yeah, that's fine. We'll check it out. Are there going to be weather simulations and planets? There are going to be a lot of unique environmental designs that we're excited about showing in the future that just simply aren't done as of right now. So that will be a conversation in the future. Cool stuff. All right.
Sign of the Mokkar?
No, but I detect traces of explosives located in the vicinity of the relay station.
Scrap. They're not only posing as Okar outlaws, but as Okar terrorists.
My sensors give you little time to disarm them.
Let's do it then. Yeah, cut that out. You know who you are.
Is that so? Then we should play this by the usual book.
All right, I'm just gonna get a little bit pushy with these guys since we're near a station. I feel like I can just drop them into it, just like so. Saves me time and it looks cool. Oh, and this guy gets stuck? Get wrecked. Here, let me help you out. There you go. I unstuck him.
That is the last one. Do not let the silence fool you. There are still explosives left to disarm.
All right, so now we just have to fly around until we find these little containers and disable the explosions. We don't know how long until they will pop, so you have to do this relatively quickly. All right. Some of you might even noticed that in regards to the spacing that we have away from these invisible containers, it's actually increased. Yes, this was something that was made observation by many members of our community. And look, I don't have to be like right on top of it. I can actually have a little bit of distance from the container now. Look at that, I can interact that far away. Isn't that nice?
It's done. Now what?
I recommend returning to the Damaris Port Authority to debrief the communications officer.
Beautiful.
Even if the Mokkar are no more, the rumor of their existence may still live on.
It just never ends, does it?
Indeed.
You should be more optimistic. You are a human, after all.
Oh, so savage from Hive. All right, let's see what else we can pick up really quick, and then we'll just head on out of here. Beautiful. All right, now from here on, we should be fairly good on where we go.
Navark is trying to call you.
Put him through.
Any news on the matter?
Yes, it's done. The Okar imposters are no more.
Cutting off one head does not mean that another won't take its place.
It's fair.
We will see if the matter of humans stealing our ships is resolved for good. Now, be aware that we will not reward you in any material manner.
It's fine.
No need. I'm already getting paid by the Damaris Port Authority.
Isn't a meaningful deed in itself reward enough? How your race ever believes to find happiness is beyond me.
They canceled the transmission.
Just like that?
Yes, but do not worry. I would say that you both ended on good terms.
Excellent. Beautiful. All right, so a couple more questions. What about flight effects, like nebula gases that react to us flying through them or dust kicking up from flying close to planet surfaces? That sounds like some hyper-realism simulation type stuff. But if we can find ways to make certain visuals look even freaking cooler, we absolutely will. All right, so I've been answering a lot of Twitch, YouTube. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about you. Let's go ahead and answer some of your questions. Just pause really briefly and crack this open. Let's see. I have most used feedback for. Okay, yeah. So Steam forums. Open topic on Steam. Yeah, that's going to be the way to do it. A Space Racer Gambit for sure. I like the insights and vision of game dev. I want to try to be in QA. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and pop in on those Steam forums and just like go ham. We might be in conversation with you. It'll be great. Could you buff the gunship turret? If it needs to be buffed, we will. I guarantee it. If it doesn't, well, you're gonna have to find a way to buff it using other tools and measures. Ooh. Let's see. Let's see. What are the Okar's casts and caste system? Oh my gosh, from Cab. Now, that's reaching back into my lore for the Okar, which I didn't prep before the stream, but let's see if I remember. There's the warrior caste. There is the priest caste, or the cleric caste, and then there's the worker caste. Those are the three. And I believe that actually the priest clerical caste is above the warrior caste, because they're more of a religious race than they are a warrior race, but they are pretty resolute in their decision-making process. So at birth, the Okar basically get their caste assigned to them, either through lineage or through other means. There are exceptions to this rule, but if the caste system is broken by any means by the individual, they actually become banished and are no longer able to reside within the Okar homeworld territories. This is actually something that happens to Tureen, in fact. Tureen is a character that you meet through the events of EVERSPACE 1, who was meant to be in the priest caste, and he decided that that wasn't really the direction that he wanted to take his life, and he's become a traitor, in fact. So he's banished from going to the Okar homeworlds, but he has a great time living in the DMZ, swapping and trading and bartering with all types of characters, including the clone within EVERSPACE 1. And we have already talked about Tureen's revival in EVERSPACE 2, so you will see him again and doing all sorts of crazy stuff for the player. But the Okar, yeah, they're very headstrong. They're very straightforward in their approaches, and if anything gets broken, they are pretty upset by that, which is why they are the ones who police the system and make sure that the treaties don't fall apart. So, good question. I'm really hoping that everything I said was just accurate. If Uva's in the stream and I said something wrong, I'm so sorry, dude. But that is the way that I do remember it. Pretty sure that's accurate. But yeah. Otherwise, let's see. What else you got? Are the enemy types and behaviors feature complete? Absolutely not. No, there's a lot more coming. There's a lot more coming. JP Oliver 77. Appreciate you and the rest of the devs. Thank you for being here and your comment. That's very nice. Was wondering if you have a timeline or an approximate date you'll be reaching out to backers that purchase tiers for stuff that will be in game. Great question. It's going to be about the middle of early access when we reach out. You will absolutely know because, I mean, we'll straight up send an email, and it's going to be the one associated with your Kickstarter backer email. So if you've changed the emails or like you've changed like any sort of that process, you're going to need to make sure you check that as well as your spam filters. But beyond that, if you're in the Discord especially, we'll make direct announcements there and say, hey, yo, backers, check your emails. And so then you can immediately check, and if it's not there, we can get in contact to make sure we flesh everything out. So yeah, that will be we're still out a bit further. So let's see, let's address a couple more things, then we'll dive right back into some gameplay. Why do the ramen stores in Prescott Starbase vanish after the story is done? I am so glad for somebody asking that question. These are the questions that need to be asked in game dev, am I right? Oh my gosh. I mean, in short, it's because they're story-driven mission locations that you're not meant to go back to. But we'll see what we can do in regards to, you know, especially if there's like, I even mentioned this last week's stream. I think it's like Uber Eats mission where you have to deliver ramen to another site. Like you fly down to a ramen stall, pick up ramen and go, whatever. That might be something that we do in the future. And if that would be more convenient to keep open as a location, we'll do it. But I'm not guessing you're gonna see a lot of hot profits from selling ramen. All right. We'll do one more question here and then I'm gonna dive back in. Will the storage be expanded? I like this question a lot. We are still looking into a couple more tricks and ways to make the inventory a little bit more flexible. And frankly speaking, that's a really great transition to actually show you guys a little video that's been prepared today. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump over and I'm just gonna show you, this is hot off the press style stuff. This comes out of the engine we're running. It's not even in our live dev build. Like it's not even that far. So let's go ahead and dump over here. And what I have here is a little demonstration of the batch action demo that we have planned for the inventory system. Some of you guys already know what that means, and I know that you're excited, but let me just let it play and we'll talk about it a little bit. So basically what you're seeing here, and this is either Tias or Torben, I can't remember who, it might be Tias. And going through, he's changing some stuff around and also work in progress graphics here, but you can see that multiple items are getting selected here and all of them are dismantled at the same time. At the same time! Oh my gosh, it's like your inventory management is 50 times easier now because you don't have to wait 70 years. Now you only have to wait 1. Oh goodness, what a convenience. And you can also see that as ores are selected and weapons at the same time, it does either the ores or the weapons based on what action is being performed. So in the case of that, you saw destroy versus scrap, and then we just saw another one there, which is send to home base, all done at the same freaking time. It's just boom, boom, boom. You pin them, you send them, you're done, okay? And this will be affecting both mouse and keyboard as well as controller support. It's still very much work in progress. Guys, I'm telling you, this is like hyper bleeding edge. I think this was implemented this morning, if I'm not mistaken. This is like, we captured a video, it was like, people will be excited about this. So hopefully in 2 weeks, I'll show you this live during the stream. That would be freaking boss, wouldn't it? So again, a lot of that's very much work in progress. We'll just play it one more time so you can kind of see what's going on and see how that interaction is. But also note that this is something that came out of our community. You guys have been requesting some features like this. This is I would call this more of a hot feature request. So this just proves that we're listening. Ha! You can't say we're not. Right here, aside from the fact that, you know, every single week I talk to you on a personal level. But I digress. So yeah. So thanks for the recommendation for all of those who have been pouring out their heart and souls on things that you desire. And we're gonna make it happen. There you go. Done and done. Cool. So I hope that you guys like that. Something that we're really excited about. A lot more inventory interactions to come. You guys know that for the most part. It's going to come in the form of a lot of tweaks and adjustments. So we may see an increase in size for certain ships. We may see a decrease in size for certain ships. We may see other helpings towards the home base storage. It goes on and on and on. And beyond that, then there's other things that I can't even talk to you about that are coming for inventory. What? More? Yes. So there's a lot. There's a lot coming. So thank you for that question so that I could transition very nicely, very gently into that. Solid stuff. Now I'm gonna pop my back. Oh my gosh. I don't think my mic picked that up, but I am a new man. Okay, whoo. Any plans for radar system or pinging? I've heard that request before. Grandpa Merked, I'm gonna say that we'll have to get back to you on that one. I don't think it's currently in our plans, but I have seen the request before. I don't know how valuable it'd be. It could be super valuable, or it could be just kind of okay, but we'll see, all right? We'll have to get back to you on that one. I personally like that request. We'll have to see what we can do. All right, let's take out some, oh. Always get that armor drone first. It will make you a happy camper, tell you what. Here we go. Hey, Okar. Nice to have you. I'm cleaning up some of the mess circulating around your species. Hope you're okay with that. Let's head on over to the Damaris Port Authority. Beautiful. Also probably restock our EMP missiles, because I like those a lot. And I'm sure you guys will like them a lot too whenever they go live.
I'm back.
Oh, finally. I could really use some good news right now.
The attack was conducted by regular outlaws. They tried to provoke resentment against the Okar by flying attacks with Okar ships. They took care of them, but I can't say if there aren't more out there.
This is a nightmare. If they had been regular Okar, it would have been a diplomatic disaster, but this? All the statements and paperwork. Ugh, I don't get paid enough for this.
Maybe a meaningful deed can be a reward in itself, don't you think? Or maybe we are a doomed race.
Yeah, maybe we are.
Ah, you gotta love bleak humor. Oh, goodness gravy. Will there be EMP mines? Maybe. There's still a lot more items in the works, and we want to make sure that they are diverse and interesting. You will see some overlaps, of course, at the very least because of modifiers that can affect equipment. But we'll talk more about secondaries since there's only 3 now. Well, there's 4 now. There's only 4 secondaries as of right now. There's a lot more coming, so we'll get there. We'll get there. All right, so let's go ahead and repair. Actually, let's just quick repair, quick restock. And then we can't sell anything here, unfortunately. That's fine. We'll go over to the other site, which I believe has a selling distribution port. We'll do maybe a high-level mission as well. Yeah, here we go. We can trade here. See, the graphic for trading also has ships present. So if any of you are wondering, like, what graphics are you talking about? If you look in the very, very, very middle of the screen, there's 3 little pips there. Those 3 little signs. The first one is trading. The second one is ship buying. And the third one is jobs, job board. So if you see little indicators like that, that can tell you very quickly if it's a place that you want to go to or not. So the G&B Union Branch has a lot of things for us. I don't believe I can go to the ship dealer at this time, but we can look at the jobs and we can sell stuff at the shop. Ooh. Oh, we already have that. Okay, beautiful. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna sell all of our commodities because we don't need them for the purposes of this stream just yet. We are getting closer. Then we're gonna scrap some of these items. There we go. And then we're gonna sell consumables. And man, I'm such a hoarder. Goodness gravy, look at me. Oh, I forgot to actually, hang on. I'm gonna buy this back because this is important. Rebuy. Where's the item to rebuy? Guys, I found a bug. Look at that bug. Beautiful. Gotta love those beautiful bugs. That's a really annoying one because I wanted to show you something. Basically, I'll just tell you right here. Whenever you have an item that is the same item type of what you have up here with your weapons, like a coil gun, for example, what I just sold, I'm a doofus, I'm sorry. Instead of it comparing with the first weapon slot, it will compare with the same type of item. Just a nice subtle little change that helps you very quickly see a coil gun comparison to your coil gun. That way you don't, you know, equip 3 coil guns. So very subtle little detail. I wish I could physically show you, but again, doofus, sorry about that. But that's what you get with these bleeding edge live streams. But at least you can see it's very authentic. Are you having fun? I certainly am. All right. Let's also go ahead and dunk some of these things into our perks because we have so much stuff. And we'll also just go into credits here because we can. Let's see, energy orb. We have too many credits still. Hive. Yeah, this one's beautiful to get. Really want to get that one. But that should clear up a lot of our inventory. Look at that. And then we'll also go ahead and activate these 2 union signal decoders. And we'll go do one or both of those right now. We can also pick up a job, I believe. There hasn't been too much adjustments on the job side as of right now. This has not been a focus, has not been a priority for us. But rest assured, this is something that will be revisited. There's still going to be a lot of work that is addressed here. It's important to us. We want to make sure each job feels like you're doing something valuable. And also we want to make sure the jobs feel unique in and of themselves. We don't want like 10 different jobs that are effectively go shoot and destroy a guy, right? So just know that that is also something we're very serious about, something we really want to make sure is being addressed. Also, I'm going to change one little thing about my ship because I saw that I unlocked orange. Oh my goodness. I swear I don't have some cheat thing that allows me to customize what drops I'm getting, but I do want to have orange. Actually, it's almost 2 orange on orange. Let me see if I can maybe tone this, make a difference, make that a little bit more vibrant. Here, let's just go, ooh. Now we're gonna keep that metallic, but we're gonna go darker. So the orange kind of like stands out a little bit more. I like that a little bit better. That's a little bit better. Let's see. Maybe we just change it to orange. We'll just straight up change it to orange. Man, I could spend so much time in these, in the paint job. Like, I don't know about you guys, but when we first implemented this, I was probably just on the screen for like 2 hours. I hope that you guys are out there too, like, yeah, I feel you. Like, goodness gravy, we're having a lot of fun with being able to create this level of detail in your customization. It's been such a pleasant experience for us. All right, okay. We're gonna make this orange. Orange. We'll add maybe a little bit of metallic look. We want to make this like look ridiculous right now. Maybe keep that red. Ooh, actually, I like that instead. That orange is really bold, but we are a bold one. That's too much. I don't like that. Hang on, we're experimenting. That's too much. We're gonna keep this one metallic as well. We're just gonna simplify. We just want that hot orange coated over the top of this red metallic. It looks a little strange. I won't deny that, but we're gonna rock this for the moment, just to show a little bit more customization. And we'll just keep this white. That's fine. All right, let's get back out into space. Yeah, that definitely screams, this is my ship that I've personally customized, that's for sure. All right. So let's go ahead and find one of our markers. And mission markers on the map, we're actually still addressing some of these elements too. So all of the UI you see on the map, these elements are still being tweaked and adjusted. Still more additions are going to happen to make it a lot easier for you to know what you've done and what you want to accomplish. One of those features that is coming down the line is going to be, I have collected all of the eternal bypasses at this location, or I haven't. It will be on the map for you to see so that you know what you need to go exploring if you're a completionist. That is coming in the future. Where's the other, the activated tool? Okay, he's over there. So let's go ahead and head on over to this high-risk area, take out some foes. Going for the ketchup and mustard aesthetic? I guess I am. Maybe I'm hungry. That's probably what it is. Hang on, how's the cockpit lit? Actually, that's not too bad. I kind of like that. Here, let's see the sun shining in it. I can't rotate as well in super light. We'll get there, but that's fine. Oh, see that kind of looks interesting. We got some, it's gross. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it, guys. It's I didn't do a good job. I'm sorry. I just really like orange. Okay. Will the frontal shield from the gunship from the first game be making a comeback? So, guys, in general, I want to let you all know I am so excited that you're excited about anything returning from EVERSPACE 1 into EVERSPACE 2. I love that. It's great. Your excitement fills me with energy. It's fan-freaking-tastic. In general, just know that the core foundation of the game has been altered. And that means that what we had before, what we were using before, some of those things, they may or may not make a return in a different capacity. Okay? Because again, that foundational core aspect of the game, instead of it being a loop, is now a persistent open world. There's a big difference there. And that means that even the foundational core elements of an item or device or a consumable or whatever needs to be changed for that new system that it now resides on, okay? Front shield generator, that could come back. Absolutely. It's probably gonna work a little bit different. All right? If it does. I'm not saying it is. There you go. Oh, hey, here's something else to talk about, this outlaw sniper drone. A lot of these guys have been kind of easy because they keep moving forward towards you. What in the world? A sniper drone continuing to move forward towards you. That seems really simple to deal with, right? Well, now you'll notice that he's actually still 2 kilometers away from us. He keeps moving away. And now we need to be a little bit more careful, otherwise we're gonna get got. So we're gonna boost over to him and take him out so he's no longer a threat. Because otherwise we would be entangled in all of these guys and we couldn't get to him. So your prioritization of outlaw sniper drones might have just changed once we implement the new system of AI stuff. Gonna go for that armor drone, and then finally this detonator. Here we go. And last but not least, their ships. Quit boosting away. All right, there we go. Go. Proto Scout. Beautiful. And finally, Outlaw Madcap. Take out his shields first. Now we can scattergun him. A little bit of, you know, intelligence, we can lead the shots. Here we go. Beautiful. Now the area boss comes in. We got to address him. We got him. Open the hatch, please. Beautiful. Oh, we are taking damage. Okay, out. I'll be a little bit more careful about that. We can't just sit in the midst of him because he will crush us. We're gonna try and get a couple more interior shots. Oh, almost got him.
This is far from a textbook engagement.
Did we get him? Looks like we did. Beautiful. All right. Pulse laser, efficient beam laser. Ooh, rocket launcher and rapid flak. Oh, that sounds fun. That sounds lots of fun. Rapid flak. Look at that fire rate. 1.8 shots per second. Ooh, let's see what that's like. That's pretty good. That's nice. Put that on a gunship and that's gonna be a lot of fun. Oh my goodness. Let's see, rocket launchers. I kind of like what we've got going on, but and those mines do a lot of damage, that splash damage, but we'll go with the rocket launcher here for a little bit. Thermogun, efficient beam laser. That efficiency is awfully nice. The energy capacity and the energy consumption are modified through the efficient tag. Let's see, pulse laser, railgun. We'll go ahead and swap out for the beam laser. We'll change things up a little bit. We rammed a detonation drone. Not smart. Not smart, guys. All right, there we go. Nano injector. Beautiful. Use our rapid flak here just to... Oh, yeah. That actually feels pretty nice. That feels pretty nice. I'm happy with this weapon. It's pretty good. All right. Fun amount of content there, just blowing stuff up. Ship's kind of scratched up a little bit. Oh goodness, yeah. That's okay. At least we look like a doofus. I don't know what to say there. All right, let's head over to a high-risk location, see if we can take it out before heading back to a base. And we'll answer some more questions here. When is the next update on Steam? It's going to be a big, hefty, yummy update in April. So believe it or not actually too much longer to wait for it. Just a month. And it's going to be everything that I've been showing on the streams, plus they'll be better because they'll be done, as well as entirely new stuff that I won't be showing on the stream because it's kept as a surprise for you, duh. So, so it's going to be a lot. In fact, I just want to mention one more time that we are actually heavily working on the Zarkov system, which of course I'm not going to show you right now because that would be, no. There's a reason why we withhold some content because it's not going to look very good if it's just a bunch of blocks and text. The ship looks like a grapefruit, making me hungry. I love grapefruit. Grapefruit's delicious. So let's see. About customization. Some locations, starlight reflections completely blocks vision. Yeah, no, we've actually been working on light sources and how that kind of affects the ship, as well as locations themselves. You might even be able to see some differences just watching the stream in comparison to maybe what you have experienced. Some of them are more subtle than not, so if you haven't caught it, it's not like it's supposed to be a surprise, but you should actually have a pretty solid improvement when we do have this next build go live with how we have adjusted light map rendering and stuff like that. Otherwise, yep. Is there a first-person view too? Oh yeah, oh my gosh. Yeah, let me just pop into that for a second. Also, you guys might notice a little bit more movement of the cockpit as we move around. You can see the tip of the nose of the ship. I can assure you that's not present in your build. Just little subtle changes like that, making it feel a little bit better. You see that? See how the cockpit's moving around? Yeah, we're happy. We're happy with those results. Still more improvements, of course. Drift, I can certainly show drift. I'm gonna do that in third person so we can go into drift and then we'll just shoot as we fly on by, and now we're firing backwards as we're moving backwards. It's a very easy toggle as well. You just assign it to one button and then you just go. So you never have to oh gosh, actually I need to have a little bit more control here. Drifting's not necessarily a better tactic. Sometimes it can be worse because your opponents just simply lead their shots, right? So if you're just drifting forward, they just fire ahead of you and they could actually really take you down. So you have to be really mindful of what type of enemies you're fighting and what type of space to really utilize that drift mechanic. Because sometimes it can be more effective in some cases than others. So that's why it's a toggle and not always on. Because if it was always on, you would always die. I'm just telling you that straight up, okay? And I know that somebody out there's just like, oh, challenge accepted. That's fine. If you want to get so skilled with drifting that you always have it on and never die, kudos to you. But I don't care. The main reason why we put it in as a toggle is so you have that control. All right. Somebody's like, damn, what a savage. Yeah. I don't care. Good on you. That's great. You're just making things harder for yourself. All right. All right, let's pick up some loot and then we're gonna take on this boss. Kind of a rinse, lather, repeat in this particular high risk area, but that will very likely change. Whoops, bad shots, bad me. A little too close. Oh, I roasted myself. Woo!
Nothing like a little bit of bloodlust to stir stir the
Ooh, almost died. It's okay. We're fine. Everything's fine. Okay, where's that drone? Get out of here. Last one, how to do it. Oh, not quite. Woo! Oh gosh, our shields are damaged. Things are not going in our favor right now. We gotta pull a few maneuvers. And our thrusters are damaged. Ramming speed? Think we got it. Woo! All right. Woo! Nice. I am satisfied with those results. Now we need to go to a base and repair. We're not gonna test our luck any further. So let's go ahead and head back to Prescott Starbase. I don't think we are capable of doing any further side missions at this time, and if I am, I would have to start looking up things again. And frankly, I don't want to do that anymore during the stream. I just want to show you content. I want to answer questions. So, but I am intentionally avoiding that main quest in Cephas Downs because we have been working on the missions. We have been working on the missions, and there's actually more in this current state of the game that aren't done but kind of start. So just know you will be getting more story in the next update in April. Oh, feels good. Will the emblem of the game be changed on release? Actually, that's a good question. I don't know. Michael? I legitimately don't know. I mean, does it concern you? Does the big 2 not look very satisfactory? Let's see, what else we got? I thought the camera was more drifty after the experimental update. Maybe it was and I forgot to talk about it then? You're making me second guess myself. I don't like that. There are so many changes that we've implemented over time. You guys. The problem is that because I know of so many things that are being worked on and what we're going to be establishing in the very near future, I kind of get mixed with some of the things that have already been implemented, things that we've pushed through, because it's been like community elements, like through community engagements where we're like, oh, we really need to push this. And I know that there were a couple additions made through that experimental branch, which we're very thankful you guys experimented with to make sure when we push that update, it helped things out. But yeah, there's a lot more coming, and I have to be very careful, of course, to make sure what I'm mentioning and of what's coming up and what's been implemented. Like, we don't want to cross wires with any of that stuff. It can get kind of dangerous. Vimy Scout asking for pointers regarding power cells. I'm just gonna straight up tell you right now, power cells are randomly generated. That's all there is to it. You just gotta grind for it. Don't worry, that will be changed, but in its current implementation, sucks. I'm sorry, man. Praise RNG. All right, so let's go ahead and head to the shop. And I think we're gonna, actually I should scrap stuff. I really like this new flat cannon. It feels really good. Oh my gosh, look, here's a really solid example of the weapons comparing with exactly what you're looking at. So when I look at this railgun, see how it goes to the first weapon slot, right? And then of course you can change that using Alt, right? But if we go to this beam laser specifically, it didn't start on weapon number 1. It went and compared to our beam laser, and it shows us very clearly, this one's better. Woo! That's nice. That's nice. I will take it. And when you hit equip, it actually replaces the beam laser, not the first weapon. Just simple little touch. Simple little addition. Should make you happy. It makes me happy. Even better plated. I'll take it. Subtle little differences change good to great. And we're making sure that we are addressing them. Scrapping all this other stuff because I don't want it. We're gonna hang on to what we have. And then I think we're gonna head back to Cedo because I think Union is really begging me to leave. You might be able to see some of the fluctuations during the stream. It's kind of skipping a little bit because there's a lot going on in Prescott. There's a lot going on in this dev build that hasn't been optimized yet. So we're just gonna fly on out and head back to Cedo and show a little bit of that, talk a little bit, keep on, you know, the discussion alive. Here we go. Cool. All right, so a couple more questions. Momentary hold function. Are you referring to the drifting? I mean, it's as a toggle. I mean, shoot, we could probably find a hold versus toggle option in there, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's something that we are looking at going, oh yeah, we need to make sure that we have as many options for these additional options of the game as possible, right? Because then we're just investing a ton of time into the menu and how you can customize how you play as opposed to working on actual content in the game. And I mean, let's be honest, we'd much rather be putting a lot more emphasis on the actual content of the game. Now, in regards to quality of life improvements, you know, of course, we're going to be, you know, expanding that as much as possible to make that a really healthy experience for all, right? And if that happens to be the difference between a toggle and a hold, then we'll address that, right? Because we have done that before. We have absolutely done that before. In fact, you can see it right here. You can see it right here. Boost behavior. Oh, you can't see it because my big dumb face is in the way. Hang on. Pop. You can see it right here. Boost behavior. You can actually change that from hold to toggle. Right? Just a subtle little change that can make a very big difference for certain individuals. I actually like mine on hold. Some people really like this to be on toggle. I've noticed that more people like it on toggle who use controller because the configuration is that it's you push in the analog stick in order to boost, and some people don't like holding that down, right? Understandable. So you can change that right here with your controls to make it easier for you or not. Also, automatic rolling. So yeah, again, if we feel like it's a valuable adjustment, yeah, we'll plug that in. But I don't see the difference between drifting as a toggle versus a hold something that's going to be very valuable, personally. But I'd love for somebody to post on the forums and have like a super elaborate post and say, this is why you're wrong, Eric. I'd love that. That's great. You do that. And maybe you'll change my mind. Yeah, I'm on a 2070. Yeah, I'm using a 2070. Yeah, I have a pretty beefy computer. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. But that said, I mean, obviously we're getting a lot of feedback from all types of systems to make sure we optimize, and yeah, we're not being like super crazy regarding, oh yeah, thanks. I'm back. We're not being super crazy regarding like, you have to have spent $3,000 on a PC to play our game. No, that's not, that ain't us. That's called being a jerk, being an elitist. Don't worry, that ain't us. Thought it would be fun to e-brake around in space. I mean, the toggle option, I mean, it's not too far off. Like, I can turn inertia dampeners off and then like go, and then I can toggle it back on, and I basically effectively slow down, right? So now I've stopped. So you can just with toggling, you can absolutely do what you're asking about there. To be honest, it's very subtle difference pertaining to a hold versus a toggle in this regard. I would say that regarding boosting, it looks a little bit different. It's a little bit more than just subtle. Oh, come on, speed booster recharge. We have to wait a little bit longer for that because we made some adjustments to it, so you can't just cheese the heck out of it, but cool. Nice. Get some plating. We'll head to this base. We'll swap some things around. And shoot, we could head to Nephthys Plains, get a different ship. That sounds, actually, I like that idea. Let's get a different ship. We've been flying around in this ship for a while. I think I actually changed it a little bit at the end of last stream, but then I reverted to a previous save. Oh, it is on the forum? Oh, good, Hazzy. I appreciate that. That's great to hear. Nephthys Plains. Cool. Yeah, we'll probably, I mean, I have no idea what the plans are for the graphic for EVERSPACE 2 to show in Steam. Maybe it'll be an updated drone. So like you have standard drone for EVERSPACE 1, and you have updated drone for EVERSPACE 2. Get a scout? Okay. Let me see if I can look through the ships. This is a really perfect opportunity for me to talk about...
And right on time, I'd say. We've got new assignments on the job board.
Hey, that's great to hear, Officer Shaw. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to very quickly address some of these really cool sites that you can go to in order to stay in the know pertaining to all things EVERSPACE 2 related and Rockfish related. Definitely not showing you the screen because I'm not allowed to show you anything else right now. That's definitely not it. But yeah, it's a good old time. Lots of places to follow us. Twitter, Instagram is where we post a lot of your beautiful screenshots. It's a good time. Reddit is also popping. We have got a lot of interactions there. It's been pretty nice. We got Discord. You guys know what Discord is. Come on, you're gamers. And then obviously Twitch and YouTube. If any of you guys ever miss one of the streams and you want to watch it again, YouTube is where it's going to be at because Twitch, you know, they delete the VODs after a while. So YouTube definitely for catching up on anything you missed. We're also starting to crack into those YouTube shorts, and I highly, highly recommend checking those out just for little snippets of what we are offering during the streams. There's something a little bit new, something a little exciting we're getting into, but overall should be a fun, good time. All right, so let's go ahead and check out some of these ships that we can purchase. We got a gunship, a scout. Oh, we got a scout. Good. Let's go ahead and purchase a scout because everybody loves the scout. And we will buy and transfer our current one to the home base because we still like the other ship too, right? I need a fat ship with 8 guns. Whew. That sounds pretty intense. Also not sure how I feel about a fighter class ship with 8 guns on it. That sounds a little bit outside of the territory of our vision. But the gunship should satisfy. It's pretty fat. It's got 4 guns, 4 mountable points. All right, so let's go ahead and optimize our ship here a little bit. Both of these are pretty standardized damage dealers. So we'll go ahead and do that. That's fine. How's this compare? Oh yeah, this is just straight up better. So let's go ahead and buy and equip. Just sell the other one straight up. Meson plating? Oh yeah. We'll take that as well. And look at that, 20 power cells being sold at Nephthys Plains Station. Somebody was wondering about power cells. Go check Nephthys Plains Station. For me, they're selling right now like hotcakes. Great. So we're gonna buy these. We're gonna buy all the power cells. That's not to spite you, excuse me. Whoever's in the stream. Oh, also we forgot to add our, so many different things that I'm doing so fast. And everybody's watching this who has no idea what's happening. Like, what happened? What just happened? Don't worry about it. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants right now. I just want to use all these things. Power cell filled, done. Feels good. Okay. Basically, one of the things we did was you get a new perk option every 5 levels. So right now we're using defensive massacre. So killing an enemy instantly starts our shield recharge. And then we just chose play it safe, which activating a device adds 5 charges of reactive armor, negating the damage of the next 5 impacts for 12 seconds. Those impacts could be a missile or a single little bitty shot. So you have to make it really count. Okay, so let's see. Oh, we have a little bit more wheeling dealing. Plus we have to customize what our scout looks like. What in the world? We gotta do that. Let's see, scrap this. We'll hang on to the beam laser. And we'll hang on to everything else too. This is fine. So now let's go ahead and customize our look. The colors pull over from your previous ship's customized colors. However, when you customize this new ship that you purchase, these custom styles only affect it. So if we were to change this second style right here, the one that we were using our previous ship, if we were to change this and then go back to the home base and cycle to our old ship, its style would still actually look like the original one here. It would not update to the new one. So again, these custom styles are specifically bound to the ship. You don't have 4 custom styles and that's it. You have 4 custom styles per ship. Cool. Cool. So let's go ahead and let's just edit a new one here and just get something. I really like orange, guys. I'm probably going to go to orange again because that's just, I really like it. Let's see. That's a little too orange. I'm just gonna do something a little crazy here, and everybody in chat's gonna hate my guts, and that's fine. We're gonna add like this metallic green, I think, just to make it really stand out. I kind of like. This is nice. This is pleasant. It's weird enough to work, and I'm gonna take it. So let's also adjust these to just go straight orange, I think. I wish we had green emissive lights now, but this will satisfy. And then we're just not gonna do a decal. We're not gonna worry about that. No decal. Okay, cool. Sponsored by Lime. Wait, you changed my color because I didn't save. I need to select the color. Let's try that again. Select. There we go. There we go. Much better. And again, the colors do affect the interior. So you have that nice subtle green with the orange lights that we chose. It's all there. It's all applicable. All right. Let's go ahead and let's do some jobs, actually, because I think jobs are fixed. I think we got them fixed in the last stream. We have 30 minutes worth of doing jobs and answering more questions. See, item retrievals are always kind of fun. I like those, personally. Lost cargoes can be good. Nefty's planes. That's right where we're at. That's beautiful. Repel attackers. Pretty generic, but can be good. I am a fan of search and destroy. We'll do a search and destroy, and let's see, 2 trading, 1 defense. We'll do another one for defense. We won't do Minesweeper because we've definitely overstayed our welcome with that one. I will do another search and destroy. Cool. So let's say we need to eliminate the targets that are here. So where's the... Do we not have it toggled? Oh, no, we don't. So let's see. There we go. Wait a second. Oh, we need to go pick it up from the location and then bring it back. Whoopsies. All right, that's fine. Still, we'll do it. Is there a fashion police for spaceships? Oh man, if there is, I am going to jail. I'm not being very clever in today's customizations, am I? I recognize that. Oh man, this is way out there. Holy cow, all the way over by the shattered planetoid. That gives us a nice line to come back. We'll then do that one and this one on the return trip. That's fine. Gunship is super fun, except when you gotta do speed puzzles. It's like certain ships are designed for certain things. No, you're absolutely right, Noel. Yeah, and we want to have certain ships feel really good in regards to certain playstyles, and other ships not. Like we want emphasis to be in different territories, right? Pretty standard game development tactic there. If you disable inertia dampeners on a planet, you drop. No, we don't have that level of realism. In fact, for all intents and purposes, the way that you interact on a planet and as the way you interact in space are mostly the same. There is a difference that gravity does affect physicality on planets, not your ship, but like items, like containers, they will actually fall. When a ship is getting destroyed, an enemy ship is destroyed, it will actually fall, stuff like that. But in regards to like items dropping, now we don't do anything like that. We actually explored what that looked like and it wasn't as fun as we thought it would be. So we're just making sure that it's fun.
Must be here.
That's what it comes down to.
Different. The cargo could be inside a structure.
Went to Nefty's, but someone bought them all up. I'm sorry. That's funny. Oh, something else we could do. Actually, we might run into some Bloodstar out here. Oh, speak of the devil. We got some Bloodstar enemies. Maybe we can find some Bloodstar equipment. Now, we do have to be rather careful with our scout here because... Oh! Any sort of Weber drone can be instant death for us, so we're going to be a bit more careful. Hopefully get this sniper drone. Oh! Oh! Okay. Let's just take a moment, charge up a nice big boosted shot. Oh yeah, it feels good. Get wrecked. Bloodstar Prospector. Up. Whoop. Yeah, the Scout's maneuverability here, like, they're firing thermoguns at us. They are heat-seeking fiends. You guys know what a thermogun is. I don't have to explain that to you. And yet the Scout, I'm doing all these little light turns. Like, I'm not doing anything super crazy fancy. I might look like it, but I'm not. And I'm avoiding most of those shots. Because if I don't, you'll see me instantly die. Up, yeah, see, now we're getting toasted. Oh my gosh, our engines are down. Scout Boy's not getting a very good luck. We need better weaponry, I think. We also need to focus down this guy. This Bloodstar Prospector is just absolutely savaging us right now. Oh my gosh, sensors impaired. Oh my goodness.
Indeed, since luck is only a figment of the imagination.
Oh, we are totally dead. Oof. So we're gonna need to be a little bit smarter as we approach that one, and I absolutely want a second chance at this. But look at that damage we took from the Bloodstar Prospector. Definitely want to take them out first. Because otherwise we can dodge most of that other fire, but those Bloodstar Prospectors and using those thermoguns, they are a dastardly fiend on what we can accomplish. Woo! Consumables. Oh, I was using them. Rewind the footage. I'm using consumables. I missed one, which is probably what you're talking about. But yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and pop this right back in. Right, the situation. We're gonna do the exact same thing, except we're gonna win. Also, probably gonna change out this executioner for the beam laser. So not exactly the same thing, but I digress. Let's see. Do they have an armor drone? I don't think they do. The sniper drone's absolutely gotta go. All right, see you later. Let's plan this out. Detonator drone. Oh, that would be nasty. We need to get rid of these Weber drones as well. There's the other one. Prospectors. Already too close. We have to get this Weber drone out of the way first. Otherwise, there's not even a point to battling in here. Another Weber. There were 3 Weber drones? Oh my gosh, this location is absolutely savage. Okay. Ramming speed. Cycling around for another pass. And then let's just get some focused beam laser action in on this Proto Scout. Why are we shooting a Proto Scout? We need to get... Ah! Oh boy. Okay. We need to get... Not the Demolisher. Where are these Bloodstar at? They are hanging in the back. Being absolute savages.
I might be out of my depth here. I could have told you that the moment we met.
Goodness gravy. I keep running across the wrong ships because those Bloodstar prospectors are using the new AI we added to them in a very devious capacity. That's for sure. Oof. Okay. Okay, good, good.
Easy.
Get out of here. All right. There's the other one right there. Gonna isolate. He moved before the missiles got to him. How dare you? Ooh. Echo Canceller. That's nice. It's a commodity for anyone who's wondering. I'm really hoping to see some Bloodstar equipment drop because, man, this is a lot of work. Okay, good. Almost done. Proto Scout, we have some resting periods here. Okay, so we have an Outlaw Viper. Let's go ahead and... Oh, we don't have any more nanobots because I sold them all because I'm a genius. All right, let's go ahead and see what we can find from this base. A damage booster. It ain't much, but I'll take it. We can't use it for 20 seconds. Okay, there we go. Gauss cannon, let's inspect. Go ahead and swap it out for the beam laser. This might be just what we need. Whew! Intense! We'll take out the rest of these foes. Whoa! We really slung him around, didn't we? Okay. Good, good. I'm just gonna be a little bit pushy with this guy. Send him right into the debris. Excellent. All is well and fine and good. Beautiful. Now we have to find the lost containers. So much excitement for one little area, right? Ouch! Gotta love the Scout. Let's see where this power core needs to go. might be over at this asteroid, I'm not sure. Tis but to scratch, I know, right? All right. We have some resources around here too. I don't need to activate the signal because I already found the power core.
Must be a way to open it. Yes, it worked.
Generally, whenever you have these missions, you activate the signal that helps you know where that power core is. I happened to find it through my combat, which was actually kind of crazy. But yeah, feels pretty good. So now we have these 2 sealed containers, which... Excellent. You don't see them in the inventory because we have the quest inventory system working correctly. Thank you. Thank you for making that adjustment so I don't look super silly during a live stream. Excellent. So yeah, cataloged differently, accordingly. Man, I really wish I could repair my shield right now. That hurts. But otherwise, we'll extract the resources from this site. Some nice iron depositories and copper deposits. Beautiful. And then we'll swap this, or snag this credit, excuse me. And head on back to our desired location, or rather to the next location. Let's see what we got here. Item retrieval. What could possibly go wrong? Question, if you saw a G&B convoy that transported ramen, would you destroy it? The answer, a personal level, is yes, absolutely. Would Adam? I don't think he would out of spite. Like, he doesn't like ramen, but I don't think he's dirty. That sounds dirty. He's not gonna do that. He's not gonna do that. That's not clone Adam. Not how he rolls. All right. So we have to find this item from one of these guys. Take out the Viper first because I don't want that corrosion missile. Otherwise, we're going to be really hurting. Good, good, good. Got a sealed container. Nice. And a little surrounded. I don't like that. But you know what? We want to get all these fools. Oh wow, this is a higher level than us? I should have checked the location level before going in here. If I see another enemy is present that's higher level than us with that purple indicator on the edge of our UI. Oh, hello, Ravager. This guy shouldn't actually be a problem. Nice and big for a Gauss cannon. Yeah, look at that. Nice, easy cleanup, actually. Flat cannon for drones. Yeah, that came together really nicely. I should have did this location first to show you guys that I'm actually not a moron. But, you know, sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. All right, we'll take out a couple more of these guys, and then we will head to the last job and take it back to Nephthys Plains, where we'll wrap up and answer more questions. Armor drone first. There we go. 2 armor drones? How dare you? Got him. Pulse laser, outlaws, oop, oop. Bloodstar Overseer, Bloodstar Prospector. We have to. I want more Bloodstar equipment. Gotta be greedy. You gotta do it. Is there a blast radius for exploding destroyers and other... Oh, uh-oh, hang on a second. We have to, That's not an armor drone. We have to get the armor drone. Right there. There you are. I don't think there is currently... You know, it's interesting because we had an issue, the fall EVERSPACE 1, in regards to blast radius and how it affected general gameplay. I know that's something we'll definitely be addressing. I don't think it's been addressed yet. But long story short, we don't want like blast radius to be something where it's like you're playing really well, you're doing awesome things, and then you just have to be like this too close to an enemy and it kills you. That probably wouldn't feel very good. Now, if it's next to a bunch of mines that you would visibly be able to see and you die to that, you should feel bad. But as far as just ships exploding, we have to make sure that the player can see that result happen before it actually happens, right? Like that's our goal as a developer, to make sure you know what that interaction is going to look like, right? So if we do, there might be like a conditional modifier on it that's, you know, it's called boom, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So when you destroy it, you know it's going to explode outward. It's possible. It's possible. This guy is beefy. Come back. No, come back. Oh, goodness. All right, you know what? Ramming speed. Give me some loot. We didn't get any Bloodstar goods. Sad, guys. I'm now sad. Ah. Intuitive repeater. We got Bloodstar loot! Hey, we got Bloodstar loot. All right. So let's take this bad boy. Bloodstar loot. This is a Bloodstar intuitive repeater. Oh my gosh. I am happy to be psyched by that. Oh, that makes me so happy. I definitely love the repeater. I don't know about you guys. In our showcase of this in previous times, for those of you who haven't seen this, this is again a Bloodstar specific item. You can only get this item from where Bloodstar resides in Cedo, which is going to be mostly the deep fields, the shattered planetoid, and the unknown hinterlands, which is what this unknown region is. As you're in these locations, you can run into Bloodstar and pick up their equipment. And this is going to be a theme that we do. There's going to be different factions that you encounter all throughout the DMZ that have unique equipment bound to them. So if you want their specific equipment, you'll go to their specific environments and you'll best them in combat. And there might even be other means and ways that you can get their goods too, but we'll talk about that later. Otherwise, this is the repeater. Yeah. Yeah, I like it. It's fun. Okay. We got about 10 minutes left of the stream. Let's keep doing stuff. Yeah, it's not DACA, it's it's far more than just DACA. It's dastardly DACA is what it is. So let's go ahead and travel over here. Also, we need to... Why are these points still there? Those should go away. Potential bug. We'll get it all cleaned up, don't you worry. Okay. Oh, a couple questions. Weapon will remain separate energy per weapon in the future. Sometimes it feels cheap to not have to think as much about conservation as in EVERSPACE 1. That's an interesting observation, Richard. So that actually happens to go with our idea of the foundation changed, therefore the systems need to change, right? You can't use the same system on a different foundation. In most cases. Sometimes you can get away with it. But as a whole, EVERSPACE 1 is meant to be very challenging and something that you have to be very careful in your adjusting your energy usage, right? That's why it's all bound to one system. All your weapons, all of your thrusters. Some people found that way too challenging, and perhaps rightly so. It's not necessarily a consistent theme throughout many other space games. Now that being said, within EVERSPACE 2, we have a lot more functionality by separating out those two systems by creating more elaborate experiences for the player. One of which is being able to choose between your weapons on the fly and wait for the energy to come back between just the two weapons. So inherently, the weapons of EVERSPACE 2 actually have less energy, but you can only use them for a certain amount of time before you are forced to swap. This is very different in EVERSPACE 1, where you could decide to just straight up use the weapon, but then not use your boosters at all, because all you have to do is circle strafe and move backwards because the enemy AI just comes straight at you in a beeline fashion. So you can tell that we've already thought about what that looks like versus how you're going to address those same situations in a different playing field of EVERSPACE 2. So will we see the combined nature of weapon and engines in EVERSPACE 2? The answer is, well, maybe there's a modifier for that.
There they are. Okay, buckle up.
Let's eliminate some targets.
Multiple hostiles incoming.
Whew. We got that boost right in the nick of time, and now it's stopped at the worst time. Oh! Bleh! Okay, we're okay, we're okay. We just gotta hopefully hit our targets. Oh, getting scattergunned is not a good feeling. Okay, now we have to change. We were a little too far away for that to be really effective, and we didn't get a full charge out of our Gauss cannon. It should be enough. Good. All right, that was much more fluid. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with these results.
Station. This is Nefty's station. I finished the job. Affirming your signature. Thank you.
Excellent. Now we could spend time to explore this location, but we're just gonna head back to Nefty's plains because we got about 8 minutes left in the stream. Wrap up our jobs, feel good about it, and answer any more questions that you guys have. Will there be signal scanners that you can hack that show everything in the area? So that is gonna be something we take a lot of care with. Slowrin from YouTube. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. So again, that's another one of those things where the system in place of EVERSPACE 1, that's gonna come back around a lot. But basically, because we're doing handcrafted locations, there's consider the following. You go into Sato Orbit. There are tons of secrets in this location. Tons. Eterna bypasses galore, hidden tunnels for bonus equipment, lots of enemies that you can tackle just by looping through this very massive, intricate asteroid field location, all of which is not going to change. You go in there and you find a signal that you can just hack and you get all the information in the location. Permanently find everything. You no longer have to explore. You no longer have to think. You just go from one marker to the next marker to the next marker. And this location is permanent in this world, so you can always go back to it, but why go back to it? Because you found everything. You just instantly scanned and I'm done with this location. GTFO, right? That's very different from a persistent, a non-persistent game world where everything is randomly generated, right? In a roguelike formula, when you scan a randomized area, there's a feel-good aspect to that because now you're saving time because you're on a tight timer. So it's actually beneficial in that case, because otherwise you would have to do some quick exploration that might not yield much results. Getting that scan, boom, works in that roguelike capacity. And a persistent open world, it actually takes away from powerful feedback loops for the player to experience. So that is actually why that's not something we're really looking into so much. Again, there might be a couple exceptions to that, but that's not the inherent design we're going for. There's not always going to be a secret hackable site that gives you everything. A good question though. I really do like that question. But thank you for asking. How about an autocannon for the missile slot? You mean like this?
settled.
Okay, good.
It's all done.
Thank you.
All right, let's see. There's a modifier for everything, I guess. I mean, we're still working on item modifiers. There's a lot that you guys haven't seen yet. There's a lot that I still can't talk about. But in short, know that the stuff that is applied to weapons, be them prefixes like intuitive, or being straight up modifiers like 20% increased damage to your ship is exposed to sunlight, you guys have probably seen a lot of repetition in those modifiers already. We know. We're working on more modifiers to keep things interesting, keep things unique. Some of those modifiers are going to be for specific equipment, right? So like, I don't have the shield right now, but if one of the shields is that when it's hit, like when it's drained, it launches an EMP blast out of it, right? When your shields are drained, it fires an EMP blast. There's gonna be a lot more of that type of stuff that keeps things a little bit more fresh, a little bit different, and can also start optimizing different equipment that you cycle in out of between your gear. Bloodstar asks, no fan art. No, not today. We're not doing fan art today, but don't worry, because there is going to be a delicious handful of fan art in 2 weeks from now. You guys have been hard at work plopping in some seriously cool stuff, and I just really need to give you guys a shout out. On the Discord especially is where we receive most of those. You guys also post on Twitter. Make sure that you tag us, by the way, when you post on Twitter so that we can brag about you, because your stuff's amazing. It really is. So definitely get in on the Discord, discord.gg/rockfishgames, and drop your love in the fan art section. Super cool posters coming out of there, some Lego designs of spaceships. I'm still waiting on that claymation, by the way. But guys, seriously, keep up the great work. It's awesome. We just don't have anything to highlight today due to the nature of the stream's preparation work. So no worries. Don't worry. We absolutely want to brag about you. That is just straight up a better shield than every... wow. I'm... Excellent. Let's get rid of this guy. Technically, slower recharge delay and shutdown duration, but it's super beefy, and we like that for our scout. Granted, now when our shield gets broken, we're gonna have to wait 15 seconds for our shields to come back. Maybe that wasn't as intelligent as I thought it was. We'll suffer the repercussions from that probably in the next stream. All right, let's go ahead and dismantle this rapid flak. I really enjoyed that weapon, but I just want the goods now. Let's head to the shop very briefly, see if there's anything else to upgrade. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna hang on to what I have. There's so many decision-making processes. The speed word only recharges while boosting. The recharge delay is a heck of a lot faster. You know, we're gonna go ahead and buy and equip this one, even though we just got rid of the other one. It's fine. That should be a lot of fun to deal with. And then I am focusing way too much on my gameplay and not enough in the chat. Guys, we have like 2 minutes left. Hit me up with some last minute questions and I will see if I can give you some responses. Wow, I'm looking through the chats and I don't see any questions. No last minute questions. Dice says, will the new outlaw style be added in Union in the April update, like the Bloodstar and Cedal? I don't think, is that planned for April? I think the April plan is to drop in the new Bloodstar faction. You'll see that Union gets a couple different new styles added to it in time. I don't know if that's gonna be for the April update itself, but it's definitely in the works where we have more unique factions with unique equipment planned for the future. Yeah, if I get a kill, I skip the shutdown duration. Oh yeah, you're right. I should have kept that in mind. Maybe the superior titanium would have been a better option. Will there be a quest context that will continue giving you random quests even after you have completed the main storyline? Oh yeah, right here, job board. Boom. We actually just finished a bunch of jobs. So yeah, basically you can obtain various jobs from the various factions in the game. As of right now, I believe we only have 3, which is just GMB mining, trading, and defense, but there will be other factions that you can engage with, which will give you different standings depending on what type of jobs you complete, and different rewards based on what those are. Right now, it's just like a bunch of items, but that's not gonna be the case of the full game. Crafting stuff from materials. Yeah, so crafting stuff from materials, it's very much work in progress as of right now, but basically you have primary, secondary, and modules that you can all craft using what you've broken down. Crafting XP allows you to unlock blueprints, which allows you to craft something very specific. Otherwise, you can improvise, which gives you something completely random, utilizing the materials that you've collected, which I'm kind of blocking, but don't worry too much. I'm speed talking right now because I want to answer a lot of questions. You can also choose different rarities. Each rarity is going to require different resources. It's also going to have separate XP pools for unlocking those blueprints as well. So that's the current system and how it operates. It's nothing too crazy, but yeah, basically the more you put into the crafting system, the more you get out of it. It's as simple as that. If you don't want to use the crafting system at all, you don't have to, but RNG might screw you over. So the whole reason why crafting is in place is so that it can counteract that poor RNG system. Unlocking those blueberries, you know it, I'm hungry, okay? Let's see, augmentation more on this maybe next stream. Will the neutron cannon make a return? It's possible the neutron cannon could make a return. If it does, I'm guessing it was probably gonna look a little bit differently, but we'll find out, Rickard. We'll find out together. The augmentation more on this maybe next stream. You mean collecting more augmentation modules? Yeah, I've kind of been slacking in that regard, haven't I? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I might show a couple more secrets in the next stream. That's not a bad idea. Are there any living amiibos? Amiibos? Nintendo promotion! Oh my gosh. Amoebas in-game, does that mean space slugs are confirmed as they eat those plant space things? Yeah, we'll have a lot more critters to show in the future. You guys have already seen the creepy crawly. If you haven't seen the creepy crawly, well shoot, let me just plug this in as we are like having this little discussion right now. You can kind of see a little creepy crawly that we've been working on. Last little thing that you get to see before we toggle the stream off. You guys have been wonderful. Actually, you guys have been awesome is really what it comes down to. I have been Eric Schrader, your community ambassador for all things Rockfish Games and EVERSPACE 2 related. Don't stop being awesome. I'm taking off next week. And so when we come back in 2 weeks, we should have some really cool stuff to talk about. All right? Cool. All right. Toodles. Oh, and absolutely don't forget to send me all that sweet, sweet fan art. Oh my gosh. We absolutely want to highlight you in a couple weeks as well. So if you are working on posters or really cool, intricate little Lego designs or whatever it is that you're using, send it our way. We love it. And we would absolutely love to give you a shout out. Okay, bye.